Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Moletrap, and I'm here with Diggity and Klazart doing a triple commentary for the commentary of the week this week. And the commentary of the week that was chosen by a complete and utter ridiculous landslide is Flash versus fOrGG, and also known as Never. And fOrGG, by the way, is going to be in white at the bottom right-hand corner, and Flash is going to be in blue at the top of the map, kind of top right-ish. And should be slightly exciting. Looking forward to seeing Flash hopefully picking up his game, since he hasn't been playing that well the last week or two. And, fOrGG is going to be easy pickings, I think, since his TBT generally sucks. So hopefully Flash will be able to get some confidence off of owning fOrGG going into his MSL match against Lomo later on this week.
Yeah, fOrGG is just about as dismally mediocre against Terran as he is good against Protoss. Not sure why that is. You'd think it would translate over, but for whatever reason, he's just not creative. He's just not all that mechanically fantastic. I really feel like he botches drops a lot. Mostly either doesn't use them defensively properly or just completely missed drops out of location, things like that. Anyway, I'm not sure what the issue is precisely in his TVT, but it's never impressed me. Flash, on the other hand, yeah, I gotta say though, if fOrGG was gonna pull out a win, this is probably the time to do it, because Flash right now not very sturdy in any of his games, and it looks like Flash actually might be going for a 14 command center or something like that. He hasn't put down his gas yet. If he does, that'll put him way ahead economically. Honestly, on Othello, I think that's a pretty good bet, because it's a 4-player map, you can't see a lot of stuff. But anyway, I digress before when we finish that thought, but yeah, if he's gonna do it, it would be now, because Flash right now, I would say, is at the weakest we've seen him in a long time.
Yeah, this is a big test for Flash. This is the time to see whether fOrGG is starting up his racks as well. And interesting enough, he hasn't sent an SCV out to scout yet, and it is a 4-player map. Flash sending the SCV out, it looks like out to scout first, unless he's going to decide to build his command center, as Diggity suggested, and looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Yeah, this is the time to see whether Flash is a champion or not, and see what he's made of. And indeed, it looks like he is going straight for the command center. It's a huge risk by Flash. If he gets scouted by fOrGG here, he's going to have a terrible time trying to defend this. But if he can pull this off, he'll find himself way ahead in the game. So yeah, this is the time to see whether Flash is championship material or not. This is the time when he's finally being challenged. He's had a solid run. He's been untouchable for a while. Now he's starting to look a little bit shaky, and this is the time for him to really produce the goods and really show what he's made of. And more so than in this game, I think the test will come in tomorrow's contest versus Lomo, and seeing how he progresses through the rest of the MSL. So fOrGG looks like he's sending that SCV out in the correct direction, and this is going to be interesting right here, because he's going to scout that CC from Flash, and and Flash is now building his racks, only now starting up his battle. We can expect fOrGG to straight away start sending his units up. He's also getting a factory down. So Flash is going to be tested here. His defensive abilities are really going to be tested. And looks like fOrGG is just about coming up with a scout. But yeah, I have to say, the only thing I wanted to add to this is that I'm really surprised that this was picked as the commentary of the week. I know Flash is popular. I know fOrGG is supposed to be the best Terran player around. But I have to say, I've never really been that impressed by fOrGG. In fact, I used to think his name was fOrGG for some reason. Maybe that was because of my opinion of his looks, but it looks like he's gotten a scout into Flash's base, and so it looks like Flash is going to have to do a little bit of defending here.
Yeah, and this looks like it might end up being tragic for Flash. And I actually saw him do this build exactly against some other Terran recently. I think it may have been Ruby or something like that. And it completely failed. And part of it also was his lack of scouting. Flash has decided he's too good to scout, and ever since he decided that, he's been losing his games. And here he is, not getting a scout in because he's not getting over to fOrGG's base until way late, after he's got his command center up and everything. And he basically tries to do this econ build and focus all of his SCVs on econ, but it hasn't been working for him lately. And it looks like fOrGG is well onto him and is not even going for a command center. Sometimes Terrans will try and catch up when they see their opponent getting that second command center, try and catch up by getting a quicker command center of their own, but fOrGG is going straight to Wraiths, or possibly drop, but I think he's probably going to get Wraiths here, and just going to try and own Flash early on in this game. Flash is going to have to hold off a very fast push from fOrGG, and if he does, he'll be able to do a lot better down the line, because he's going to have basically double the economy. Okay, it looks like he's going to go for a drop after all. Actually, could be Cloaked Wraiths, we'll have to see, but the next couple minutes are going to be crucial, I think. Whether or not Flash can hold this off is going to determine how the game will go for the rest of it.
Flash being absolutely psychic here. He's already got his starport down. He's also getting a siege upgrade. He also has that bunker up front, so it's really going to... I think fOrGG, if he can get siege tech, or just continue to range with that tank and those 4 Marines, if he can do enough damage on that bunker to force them back, and another bunker going up, wow, I think that might just be a distraction bunker to create a little bit of time. There's that actual bunker in the background. And a bunker going up for fOrGG in the background. This really surprises me, so he's just going to go for some sort of contain here. Wow, I'm surprised he's going for a contain considering he's economically behind at this point. I would expect him to just kind of crash down, not just try to establish some sort of perimeter. Was that a second Stargate or just an armory? I think that was just an armory in the background. That is cloaking upgrading. The Wraith are going to be coming momentarily, but it looks like wow, Flash is going to be very well prepared for this, reading it perfectly. There's siege, that's what I was hoping for. Now the question is Flash, can he delay? He's got some Wraiths coming of his own. Can he delay? And then it's going to come down to a lot of micromanagement. In the meantime, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Just delay fOrGG, get your economy up, just outproduce him at some point. And at this moment, fOrGG really doesn't have a perfect steal on him. Flash can still very well pin out of this base, so it's going to be interesting to see from this point on. I would say this next 1 minute right here is going to be the crucial point.
I have to disagree with you. I think Flash is in huge trouble here. He has managed to get the control tower up as well as his starport, but fOrGG's already got a Wraith in. fOrGG's taken that bunker down as well, and he's established his siege tanks within range of that command center. So Flash's siege mode has just come a couple of seconds too late for me. And Flash also very carelessly, when his bunker went down, he didn't pull his Marines back, so he lost all 3 of his Marines to fOrGG's attacking force, and he really needed those Marines to do some damage on that Wraith, and that Wraith is now harassing Flash, and fOrGG's got 2 raids in there, so Flash, even though he's putting a second starport down, even though he had that slight economic advantage from putting the 2 command centers, is in huge trouble, and I really don't see him coming out of this one. And I have to say his gameplay has been anything but sharp, and I have to agree hugely with Moletrap in terms of Flash's decision to not scout early. He went straight for the command center, and therefore by the time he got his SCV down to fOrGG's base, fOrGG already had his ramp blocked off with 2 Marines, and therefore Flash had no idea exactly what was coming. And even though he had the right tech up to kind of try and deal with it, fOrGG, since he went straight for the tech and went straight for the push, he was in a much stronger position. So Flash's second command center coming under siege, and he's spending everything to repair it. He's not mining anything from that mineral line, and fOrGG's got him pinned back in. I've got to say that this looks very, very grim from Flash.